Hello guys, welcome to this video. A few days ago, the president announced that the school will be opened next week, notwithstanding the heavy floods that are being witnessed at the country at the moment. So this is watch the following
sign language interpreter. Opinion among parents and school managers is divided over the president's announcement that schools resume next week. While some fear for the safety of the learners, others are in support of the directive, saying the education calendar had been disrupted by the rains. Our education reporter Rukia Bule is on the beat.
After a 2-week delay, President William Ruto has directed the schools reopen on Monday, May 13.
Tumekubaliana kama serikali ya kwamba kwa sababu wale weathermen wametuambia ya kwamba sasa mvua itazidi na kwenda chini, na hatutaki watoto wetu wakose nafasi pia ya term ya kusoma.
However, the directive has elicited varied opinions among both parents and educators. The bone of contention is the safety of learners in schools affected by flooding.
Some of these classrooms are filled with waters. The roads that the peoples are passing are not safe. Actually, when we lose one life, we'll blame the government for this.
Hapo nanga skuli ukienda kwa choo, unapata choo zote zimetoka nje, hiyo minyaga inatoka nje zote.
Some parents say they're simply not ready to take their children back to school with the current state of flooding.
Vile tunaweza kufungua shule Monday na kitabu ya watoto pia zilienda na maji.
The case is unique in Baringo County, where some schools are still being inhabited by internally displaced persons. Victims of Moinonin, Baringo North, sought refuge in school after the IDP camps were destroyed by floods. Other schools are too far from the IDP camps and too dangerous for the learners to walk alone in the bandit-ridden territory. The roads have also been destroyed by the floods.
Tuko kwa shule, hatujui tutahama wapi, na hatujui mahali tunaenda.
However, some parents have welcomed President Ruto's decision to reopen schools as they believe time is ticking for the children who are supposed to be in school already.
Vyema tukumbuke ya kwamba hawa wanafunzi ambao wanafanya KCSE ndio pia waliathiriwa na janga la corona. Kwa hivyo mimi naona ni jambo la busara na tunampongeza sana rais.
Concerned parents and leaders have urged the government to pool resources and rebuild damaged learning facilities. Torrential rains are expected to continue until end of May, but the intensity of the downpour is expected to fall next week. Rukia Bule, NTV.
Most observers have argued that the step that the president has taken is ill-advised and totally irrational, given the fact that some schools are being used as places, or some schools are being used to host the internally displaced persons who are suffering from the effects of the floods. We also have to note that the floods did not only cause a lot of damage to some areas such as Madare. We have to note that floods also disrupted the livelihood systems of people. Most people have found themselves virtually starting from square one, because we are having so many people, thousands of people are being displaced. So they have suffered a lot of financial damage. Remember that when it comes to schooling, there are a lot of resources. To be specific, a lot of financial resources that are required to sponsor education. So given the fact that so many Kenyans have suffered financially, it is ill-advised, or it is too early to open schools at this time. We should at least give people some time to recover from the damaging effects of floods. So I believe the best way to approach this issue is for people, or especially students who live in areas that are not affected by floods, to keep learning as usual. But those that are living in areas that have really suffered greatly due to the floods, those need to be taken care of, and they need a special kind of attention. So to those students, I think it will be necessary for them to extend their holiday a bit for the effects of the floods to recede. It is also important to note that some schools are in areas that flood very dangerously and can really lead to loss of the lives of children studying in those schools. So in such situations, the government should take necessary action, and if necessary, close those schools or relocate those schools to other areas. So we have to note that life is very, very important, and the country should not take the risk that it took, or the country should never again lose a human being due to the overpowering effects of floods. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share and subscribe.